Why the 2021 forecast doesn't call for a foreclosure crisis. I've been asked this many times in the past year or so. As the current forbearance mortgage relief options come to an end, many are wondering if we'll face a foreclosure crisis next year. This is understandable, especially for those who remember the housing crisis that began in 2008. The reality is, plans have been put in place through forbearance to ensure history doesn't repeat itself. This year, homeowners are able to request 180 days of mortgage relief through forbearance. Upon expiration of that time frame, they're also entitled to request 180 additional days, bringing the total to 360 days of deferred payment eligibility. As forbearance expires, homeowners should stay in touch with their lender, because creating a plan for the deferred payments is a critical next step to avoiding foreclosure. There are multiple options for homeowners to pursue at this point, and with the right planning and communication with the lender, foreclosure doesn't have to be one of them. Many homeowners are concerned that they'll have to pay the deferred payments back in a lump sum payment at the end of forbearance. Thankfully, that's not the case. Fannie Mae explains, quote, "You don't have to pay the forbearance amount all at once upon completion of your forbearance plan. Here's the important thing to remember. If you receive a forbearance plan, you will have the options when it comes to repaying the missed amount. You don't have to pay the forbearance amount at once unless you are able to do so," unquote. When looking at the percentage of people in forbearance, we can also see that this number has been decreasing steadily throughout the year. Fewer people than initially expected are still in forbearance. So the number of homeowners who will need to work out alternative payment options is declining. Basically, if we look at the percentage of overall forbearances, it's decreasing. May it was 8.47%, June 8.39%, July 7.74%, August 7.2%, September 6.87%, October 5.83%. This is all according to the MBA. This means there are fewer and fewer homeowners at risk of foreclosure, and many who initially applied for forbearance didn't end up needing it. Mike Fratantoni, Senior Vice President and Chief Economist at Mortgage Bankers Association, MBA, that's where the data comes from, explains, quote, "Nearly 2/3 of borrowers who exited forbearance remained current on their payments, repaid their forborne payments, or moved into a payment deferral plan. All of these borrowers have been able to resume or continue their pre-pandemic monthly payments," unquote. For those who are still in forbearance and unable to make their payments, foreclosure isn't the only option left. In their, quote, Homeowner Equity Insights report, CoreLogic indicates, quote, "In the second quarter of 2020, the average homeowner gained approximately $9,800 in equity during the past year," unquote. Many homeowners have enough equity in their homes today to be able to sell their houses instead of foreclosing. Selling and protecting the overall financial investment may be a very solid option for many homeowners. As Ivy Zellman, founder of Zellman and Associates, mentioned in a recent podcast, quote, "The likelihood of us having a foreclosure crisis again is about 0%, unquote. Very near 0%. So, of course, none of these opinions are mine. If you like my opinion, you can contact me and ask me my opinion. I'd be more than delighted to discuss anything with you, really. Here, so if you're currently in forbearance, or you think you should be because you're concerned about being able to make your mortgage payments, reach out to your lender to discuss your options and next steps. Having a trusted and a knowledgeable professional on your side to guide you is essential in this process and might be the driving factor that helps you stay in your home. I highly recommend personally that you get advice from as many different professionals as you can attorneys, tax experts, realtors, mortgage people, your financial advisor, to understand all the ramifications of forbearance and all your options. Always study all your options in depth. It's always well worth it. My recommendation, always be the most prepared. Okay, my name is James Graff. This has been a Mortgage Minute brought to you by Advisors Mortgage Group. And with that, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day.